Hey, Monte with Scoop Notes Novo Zilenia with you here again, talking about answers to questions that I normally get from people when I talk to them on the street. So here's one question that I get from time to time that point to Christians or believers in Christ as people who only believe in God to not face their own problems or to get through life easier or maybe to avoid facing what they would consider the cruel reality. So now, I suppose this statement is made to make the claim that belief in God is like a psychological placebo, that we somehow fake ourselves out with the idea that there is a supernatural force involved in every aspect of our lives. And I guess I would answer this question by asking them a question. How would that really work in real life? You can't really make yourself believe a lie. And to live in such a way that the things that you say or practice don't match what you believe, in the end, that would lead to mental breakdown because you can only do that for so long. And then eventually the weight of the problems would force us to face them in reality. So I find this curious that philosophers and psychologists and other people like this atheist, if you look at real life examples, they're the people who have mental breakdowns and commit suicide on a so much larger scale than believers in God. It's that cognitive dissonance, this living between two minds, trying to convince themselves that things are as they say they are, in spite of the evidence that is plainly in front of their face. And it becomes so heavy that it drives them to madness. So if there is really no point to life, why live it? Denying God's existence offers no answers to the reality of life. Atheists and philosophers tell us to live as if there is a God so that we are social cooperators. If there's no God and life really ends at the grave, that's not really good news. Here's William Lane Craig's words as he talks about this. He says, if life ends at the grave, then it makes no difference whether someone lived as a Stalin or a saint. As Dostoevsky put it, if there is no immorality, that is, life after death, then all things are permitted. As Kai Nielsen, an atheist philosopher, put it, he's talking about defending the viability of ethics without God. Listen to these words. He says, the picture I've painted for you is not a pleasant one. Reflection on it depresses me. So if God is a myth or a legend, then according to atheist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, moral values are just expressions of personal taste. So who's to judge between the values of the murderous Adolf Hitler and those of your precious grandmother? The concept of morality loses all meaning in a universe without God. So by this thinking, then, it's impossible to condemn war, oppression, or even crime as evil. You also can't praise justice, equality, or love as good. There's no one to say whether you're right or wrong. Now, here's where philosophy would have you lie to yourself. Bertrand Russell, a devout atheist back in the time of World War I, World War II, he loudly criticized war as objectively wrong, but he couldn't reconcile that with his view on the idea of right and wrong. He found his own view as a paradox. In his own words, he said, I do not know the solution. If there is no God, then objective right and wrong cannot exist. But that makes no sense in the real world. See, every one of them have to defeat their own words and agree that there are moral rights and wrongs. And when they do that, they borrow from the world of God when they do. The best explanation atheists have to offer is to live what Dr. L.D. LaRue called a noble lie. Here's L.D. LaRue's words about that. He says, "We know that we have no real meaning or purpose or value, but we should deceive ourselves into thinking that we and the universe still have value. That would somehow inspire us to live beyond selfish interest to achieve a social coherence. It's a lie because it tells us that the universe is infused with value when we know that it isn't, according to him, because it makes a claim to universal truth, which he says there isn't any, and because it tells me not to live for self-interest, which is evidently false, according to him. But without such lies, in his words, we cannot live. It is a social placebo." These are the words of a philosopher, atheist philosopher. Now let me answer this question from my perspective. Does my belief in God help me face problems, go through life easier, and make sense out of a cruel reality? Absolutely yes. Because if problems had no purpose, life would have no meaning. In spite of those who teach that believing in God brings only blessings all the time, in the real life, it's understood that bad things do happen to good people. And that does not make me question the existence of God. Instead, it puts my certainty of his existence into a deeper reality. So let's say someone were to harm someone very close to me, and it could be proven without any shadow of a doubt. And let's also say that this person was to receive no judgment in response to his actions. How would this make me feel? Now, this is not just a out there illustration. This happens all the time in the real world. So how could I move on? Simply because I know that no one avoids the fair judgment of God. That's how I could move on. So just a few weeks ago, I was watching a crime show on TV that highlighted many unsolved murders and abductions. And none of these were solved after more than 20, sometimes 30 years. Because corrupt and evil people do exist everywhere in the world. And many times they're not caught or prosecuted. That is reality. And if there's no God and no final judgment, then the pains and sufferings of life really have no point. But the truth is this: nobody escapes the judgment of a fair and righteous God, regardless of whether they receive it on this life or not. All wrongs will be made right by the righteous judge who is fair to all. So does my knowledge of God help me face problems and continue in life? Yes. When someone is a believer in God, they understand that whatever happens in this life, it will seem like such a small thing in comparison with eternity, where God makes all things right. There'll be a place where there'll be no more cruelty, corruption, or evil. A perfect place of peace and rest for eternity. And that is a great consolation to me, and it helps me face problems and continue through life regardless of what happened, and it gives me the ability to do it without worry or concern. And once you understand the truth of God, all things can be put into perspective, and life really does have a beautiful and powerful meaning, and you can have peace. Because in the end, there is a higher power who all must answer to. So if this answer to this question be a help to you, maybe check out some of the other answers that we have. If you still might have some question about this topic, I'd love to sit down with you and talk with you face to face. So if you'd like to reach out to us in any way, follow the information that's on the QR code that's going to immediately follow this video. So until the next time, then God bless you.